Welcome all the participants for the national level webinar on environment protection, on celebrating International Ozone Layer Day by G.SAILU, the Regional Director, the Forest Plus 2.0, USAID and MoEFCC Partnership Program, New Delhi. I welcome all the participants and also I wish a happy International Ozone Layer Day. There is heavy rain in our resource person area. She will back soon.
Yeah, now I am going to start.
Okay, sir. Okay.
My presentation.
Okay.
So I'm sorry for the technical issue. I can hear. I can't hear the host, but he said that he is able to hear me and very clear, even for the audience. And issue is here, big rain. That is you. So I am facing some of the internet issue. So, but I can finish my presentation with this limited. So, but I just want to know, can you see my screen? Yes? Or you can just chat me. You can share your this comments. No comments. There is a comment box, so that I can see and I can observe the things which you can see my presentation. That is
Sir,
better idea.
Sir, you can share your screen, sir. Now.
I am now just stopped my.
Sir, you can share your screen now, sir.
Hello? Hello? I think now it is coming, right? Hello? So, good evening to everyone. So, I think I can start my presentation with welcoming you all. Good evening to all, and I wish this kind of webinars will help us making and understanding the nature and environment and biodiversity and all kinds of aspects, whatever we name it. But the ultimate is conservation. So everyone has to think, and everyone has to follow the aspects on conservation. And there are different kinds of organizations in the national level, state level, and international level. So, but ultimate objective is to protect, conserve, preserve our nature, our environment, our forests, our ecosystems, and our earth. So this is the one of the main agenda for the people, and who are living on this planet. And the human beings are the most responsible people, most responsible persons to protect all kinds of natural resources and biological resources in the country or in the nation, or you whatever you call it, on this earth. So the earth providing everything to us, and we are benefited with many resources, and we are living on the natural resources. Also, we are living on the um, biological resources, and our life starts with using biological resources and natural resources every day. And it's our responsibility, and we need to protect, we need to conserve it. I'm just checking in my mobile, some messages are coming. I don't know what's sending. So 1 minute, I just close my video. Yes. So I think now it's okay. Otherwise, I think like this. Okay. Or, it's not coming. So that is some issue. And Ramji, I just want to ask you, please chat with me in WhatsApp so that I can proceed further. Ramji, please. Hussein is chatting with me, but Ramji, you just chat with me so that I can see messages and then I can proceed, because uh, I'm thinking that I am only speaking, others I don't know. So that if this kind of interaction may be some issue, so better someone can interact with me through WhatsApp so that I can see. And yeah, so yeah, now I think screen is visible to everyone. So I will proceed now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hussein and Ramji sir. And just okay, so I will put my screen full. So just chat me if you can see my screen full. Just say yes. Okay, thank you. I got okay message. So I will proceed. So I am mentioning that duties of the human beings. Uh, we have the India is a good country, and India is a positive towards conservation, protection, and preservation of the natural resources. So that before our independence, also there are different kinds of mechanisms to protect the biodiversity, to protect the nature, environment, and various natural resources. But after the independence, we have adopted, and this is a democratic country, and we have started adopting different kinds of laws and different kinds of amendments, different kind of procedures to protect the nature. So now I just want to mention here there are about 3,600 laws on the ground. So in India, but around 1,100 acts are working now. But most of the acts are under suppression, and they are not in a position to implement because of various issues. And the governments, they are regularizing and amending various laws. But in our constitution, it is very clearly stated that the each state. So we have different states in India. So all the states, we need to protect and improve our environment and give safeguard to the forest and wildlife. Also, as an individual, we need to protect our nature, our wildlife, our biodiversity, our rivers, our wildlife, everything. So this is our duty, individual duty. So you have to abide by the law, and if someone is coming and telling, you will not listen sometime because it's human nature. But ultimately the law is saying, so you have to abide and you have to follow the law. So there are many laws. When you cross the signal during the red light, so you will be punished, or you will get some challenge and punishment or fees you have to pay back to the government. So that kind of law. So this is also a law. It is saying every citizen of India needs to protect natural resources. So we need to follow the law. So under the Environment Protection Act 1986, there are sections clearly said and clearly says that, so we need to protect our nature, environment in all aspects. So that is what they have given clear terminology, Environment Protection Act 1986. So that act very clearly talking and very clearly mentioning about various procedures, various rules and regulations, all kinds of information you can find out in that particular act. But I don't want to give each one by one section, but I'll give you the overall idea. There are about maybe 20 amendments in that National Act, Environmental Protection Act. So under that, there are sections mentioned that how to handle the chemicals, how to protect the environment from hazardous chemicals, how to protect the nature using different chemicals, and where to dump, where to send the debris, and you should not send chemicals through water. You should not dump anything in nature, anything in wildlife areas, and you need to follow. So Wildlife Act also says, and if anything you are dumping in the wildlife area, definitely the department, forest department will punish you and they will take you to. So these kind of information they have clearly mentioned in the law. So that we need to abide as an individual, and we need to uh, okay, so I think my slides are visible to you. I just started my second slide. So then after this act, and there are so many acts related to environment, forestry and wildlife and biodiversity, and other amendments, other regulations are came into force in India to implement and to conserve the natural resources and biological resources of this earth. So today is a very special day. That is Ozone Day. We call it as World Ozone Day, or the international organization, that is UNFCCC. They are celebrating this, and they are giving every year. There is a one slogan. So that is related to achieve the sustainable development goals and Aichi targets and millennium development goals. So India is one of the one of the country who signed or who signatory to the international amendments or international conventions. So that is UNFCCC and CBD and Ramsar conventions and uh, global summits. So many organizations in the world who are towards conservation and the international organizations like UNDP, UNEP. So whenever they are planning to have different kinds of conventions at the global level, so India is one of the good country, or you can call it as a like-minded country. So India has now started and implementing various international protocols, international conventions, and implementing all kinds of information. And but India has already different laws on the ground, and India is following all those. But as humans, are we really protecting our nature? That is the question. So, one example I would like to give here, uh, the ozone day. We are talking now. Today is ozone day, so ozone layer is depleting, and scientists are saying that there is a big hole on the ozone layer. So that whole ozone layer, if we are depleting through our human actions, like sending pollution and making air pollution or noise pollution, any kind of pollutions which we are making, so it affects our nature. So hydrofluorocarbons and chlorofluorocarbons that is coming from our houses, when you burn the chemicals, so that is hydrofluorocarbons coming out, and it is ultimately affect to the ozone layer. And also the chlorofluorocarbons, like when you use your refrigerators, when you use your AC, so that is kind of chemical which goes to ozone layer, and that will affect or that will cause a damage to the ozone layer. So that is very bad thing, and as human beings we need to avoid, not to stop, but at least we should avoid using AC and refrigerators, but it is a need now for everyone, but at least we should reduce or we should avoid it. So that I can say, because we are mostly dependent and we are into this technological generation, or we are not into the traditional generation. Our forefathers, our elders, our old people used to have their own traditional methods to use different kinds of preservations. Like when you want to use now you are using refrigerator, but earlier they used to have some different kind of methodologies to keep your vegetables, keep your fruits, anything. So that they used to follow. That is called traditional knowledge and traditional methodology. And under CBD also, the traditional knowledge is very well said, and under Cartagena Protocol and the Nagoya Protocol also, it is clearly felt that all the nations who are party to the CBD Convention on Biological Diversity, so they have to follow the these two protocols, Nagoya and Cartagena. Under that, so anybody using the causing chemicals or any kind of chemicals which damage to the nature, that should be avoided. So also they clearly mentioned, from one country to other country, if someone is accessing or collecting any kinds of food causing, they need to take proper permissions from both the states, and then only they can transfer the chemicals. Even this genetic modifications in the nature. So, using the genes used for genetic modifications, that also very well clearly mentioned. They need to take concerned country's permission. So then only they can use it and they can go for their production, or they can go for their business for their benefit. But ultimately, they have to follow uh, the laws on the land. So India, we have different laws, uh, and that they have to follow. Even though the UN countries or UN organizations impose different kinds of laws, but Indian laws they have to follow. So, but anyway, the India is following all conventions and following the protocols and amending our laws based on the international protocols. Okay. So the issues I have just mentioned here. So we are destroying our habitats. So you can see the photo. This is in Hyderabad only. So in Hyderabad, we call it as Lake State. So you in Hyderabad earlier during Nizams, so we used to have more than 4,600 lakes in Hyderabad itself. So that is now under problem, under threat. So people started dumping their debris. People started sending chemicals through water, and these areas, when we went there and we cleaned it with the support of different organizations, different NGOs and students and other community organizations, and we cleaned it. This is one kind of problem you can see everywhere in the country. So that is doing by human beings, not by other animals or not by other people, not by other living organisms. That is only doing by human beings. So that we need to stop. So I will say here, stop. Sometimes I'm using avoid, but in this case, everyone has a moral duty, and we have been given our responsibility. Who are living in India, who are living in your area, so you need to protect, conserve, save, preserve the environment, biodiversity, natural resources, everything. So you can see this dumping near the forest area, so that the local domestic animals are coming and eating the food material. So they are unknown animals. So they will not identify what they want to eat. So, but they look for food. So when they are eating food, so they eat plastics also. So when they eat plastic, so it will go into their body, the stomach. Again, it is damaging their life as well as human life. I'll tell you, when you drink the milk of the cow, so you will get the different molecules through milk. So that will cause your body. So even when you dump the polluted material near the forest, so the birds and other animals they eat and they transform to other living organisms. So that is what we are affected, and the people definitely affected, because we are part of the this web of life. So everything is interlinked, and that's why we need to protect it. So, like example here, I want to say, you see birds and insects, butterflies, they do pollination. But now, when they do pollination, so these chemicals and biological oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand, it is mingled with everything, so that ultimately it is reflect on human beings. And recently, one case, I'm talking about the second bullet, invasive alien species. So that is not from India, that is not native to India. But when like Lantana, Prosophis, and Acacia toro, these kind of invasive species are growing in our wetlands, in our forest area, in our social forest area. Everywhere you can see these invasive alien species. but generally the pollination is happening through birds, insects, and other organisms. So these insects, they pollinate. When they pollinate, they they come and sit on the nectar of this particular invasive species. So this will again, when the honeybees come and sit on the invasive species and they take nectar from the invasive species, and then ultimately we are the user of honey. So honey is not coming in pure form. So that's why this is a substitute we call. So you will not get pure honey from the indigenous plants. So this ultimately affect on our body. So you will get side effects, and you will get different problems when you eat this honey. So that is happening. So if you want pure honey from the nature, so you need to avoid, or you need to remove the invasive alien species. There are about uh, 1,000 invasive alien species identified in India, more than that. But in Telangana also we see a lot of invasive alien species, especially Acacia tora and Prosophis, uh, and you know that government grass, so Parthenium. So we call it as government grass, or that is very causing thing affecting other native plants. So also the Prosophis, when you see the Prosophis area, you will not find any other indigenous species there. So only you will find Prosophis. I went to the run of Kutch, you will see only the Prosophis. So because it is dominating other species. So the other native species are going and vanishing. So ultimately these Prosophis will be available, and the birds and the insects and honeybees, they have to feed the nectar from those invasive alien species only. So if you are not controlling these invasive alien species, definitely in future it will be difficult, and we are under stress. So then coming to the third bullet point, pesticides. Everywhere pesticides are using, and I will not call them as damaging factors, but the industries who are really depending on pesticides and selling to the farmers. So farmers are encouraging by these industries. So ultimately, the farmers are buying the pesticides for their immediate growth of the crops and good yields. So, but what's happening here is the other animals in the nature, in the environment, they are vanishing, like frogs and reptiles, snakes, other organism which lives in the crops agriculture ecosystem. So this ultimately affect on our wetland ecosystem as well as the agriculture ecosystem, because this pesticide when you use in crop area, ultimately when the flow comes, these pesticides also mingle with the natural water, and whatever the species living in the natural area like wetlands, ponds, and lakes. So the lake ecosystem will be damaged, and the animals and the fishes and other living organisms in the wetland ecosystem will die definitely. So we saw a lot of fishes are died in the lakes in Hyderabad. So that is because of the pesticides and chemicals. And coming to the pollution, you know, all kinds of pollutions. But this is a severe problem now. So pollution is a major causing agent to deplete the ozone layer. So we need to avoid, we need to stop using the chemicals which are polluting more. And in the environment, so hunting is also one of the problem. So uh, the hunters, they go to the forest, and they are disturbing the animals, and they are hunting. And Tamil Nadu is one of the major problem. You know, the elephants and other big animals are hunted by different smugglers. So that we need to stop as a moral duty. Each individual, when you find these kind of issues, so you need to report to the forest department, and you need to document those things, and immediately you should inform the state forest department, and to stop avoid these kind of issues. and the human disturbances are very high in all the landscapes. I can call it as agriculture landscape, forest landscape, and wetland wetland landscapes, and wherever you go, so you will see different problems. So that is because of human disturbances. Humans are human having rights to collect anything from the nature, but you need to collect in a sustainable way. Then only uh, the natural resource or biological resources will be conserved. But what is happening? Uh, the unknown people are they are unaware of the practices, sustainable practices. So they are going and collecting the um, I can call it as biological resources from the uh, forest, from the agriculture, from the wetlands, and ultimately the species are vanishing there. So you see, there is Sterculia gum in Telangana. So a lot of people from uh, tribal areas, they go and collect these Sterculia urens gum for exporting to other countries. So they go and cut the trees, then only the gum will come. So they have to practice sustainable harvesting mechanisms, but they never do that. So the Sterculia urens plants are now vanishing. So that need to be taken care like that. That is one example I am quoting here, but there are more than 1700 plant species are using for different medicinal purposes, and collecting gums, collecting tubers, collecting chemical compounds from the plants, and different elements from the leaf for medical use, and they are not following the sustainable harvesting practices. So every individual, wherever you go, wherever you find this kind of issues, you need to inform to the concerned line department. This is happening, so we need to protect this, and this is our livelihood. So otherwise, in future generation, they will not survive. So still, since we are facing this COVID situation, so we are unable to fight with the virus. So earlier, there are traditional methods using this plant material to cure different kinds of diseases. But now, in this present scenario, we are not able to get the original compounds from the plant species. So that is again, the industries are using substitutes because they are also not able to get the original plant material to collect the compound from the plant. So ultimately, human being under threat. So definitely, and you know the ozone is depleting, and you will get skin diseases. So when you get skin diseases, you need a proper medicine. So if you are not getting this particular compound from the plant species, your skin disease never cured. So then you need to face that issue. So that is happening. The illegal trade I already mentioned. So illegal trade, people are using everything for illegal, like wild animals, especially wild animals. They are, so this is all in the environment. So when everything is good, or everything is available, and the web of life is very strong, then only our growth, our nation growth will be there. Otherwise, it will fall down. So I just want to mention, you can see the poster here, the photograph here. This is from one of the biodiversity hotspot. So this is what the biodiversity hotspot should be. This is called one of the in India we have four biodiversity hotspot, and this is one of the biodiversity hotspot in Western Ghats. So the UN CBD started declaring the biodiversity hotspots, and India we have four hotspots, and they declared based on the two criteria. One is uh, when they want to declare the biodiversity hotspot, that area should have more than 1,500 endemic species. Then only they will consider as a biodiversity hotspot. And the second criteria is the 70% of the area should be original, not man-made or not created or not introduced. We can introduce this kind of forest, but it should not be. So when it is original forest, it should have 70% original forest and 30% maybe others. So then only they will declare the biodiversity hotspots. And in India, we have 4 biodiversity hotspots, and that you can find in the net. So, but I tell you here in this particular day, we have to discuss about this. So imagine 4 biodiversity hotspots in India, more than 1,500. So that will be counted as 5,000 endemic species are there in India, right? So we have 5,000 endemic species in India. Then if you are losing it, you will not find anywhere in the globe because it is endemic. So you will find only in that area. So tomorrow, if you are damaging, if we are damaging, if humans are damaging these forests, these hotspots, and these 1,500 in each hotspot, endemic species will be vanished, and then tomorrow, our future generation, you cannot see that. And today I saw one news that is laughing owl. Laughing owl was there in one country in Australia somewhere. So that is now extinct. In Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, we have one Jordan cursor that is also now in extinction. So the people has reported, the one researcher has reported in 1986 and in 2001 and 2005, he only heard the call of that Jordan cursor. But now it is not seen after almost 15-20 years, and that might have extincted. So you will not see that bird anywhere in the world. So to protect that particular bird, you need that habitat. So we need to protect that habitat, especially biodiversity hotspot. And Tamil Nadu is under one of the Western Ghat area. That's one of the hotspot that stretch from Kerala, Goa, uh, uh, and Tamil Nadu, then Maharashtra and Gujarat. So this much area it is occupied, and even including some of the parts in Maharashtra. We also little near to that area in the Maharashtra area, but it will not come as a hotspot. But this is a very good area, and now it is under threat. You know what is that? Human beings are destroying the habitats in that area because population is increasing and people started constructing their land, their buildings near to the forest area, and they started cultivating their crops near the forest area. And the wildlife, definitely they come to the agriculture area because it's near to the forest. It is called as fringe area, so they definitely farmers put their current wires and to avoid that kind of animal conflicts. So then animals are innocent and they fall on the wire, current wire, and sometimes on the wells which they generally they dig it and they fall in that. And now for the development of the nation, we have started different mechanisms like roadways, railways. All this was started through the forest area, and it is causing a lot of damage. So one example I want to tell you here, these wildlife areas, especially like biodiversity hotspots, if roads are constructed, so the innocent insects and the innocent other small bugs and these small insects, they attracted to the light in the night. So night time when the vehicles moves through the forest area, so these all insects comes to that road because they attracted to the light. So they fall there only, and these vehicles definitely they will go through that, animal and insects, so it will die. So to eat that particular insect, reptiles and amphibians will come on the road. Again, they also will fall down on the vehicle tires. So they will also die. And to eat that particular reptiles and amphibians, reptiles means lizards, maybe snakes, maybe other small uh, reptiles, and the amphibians like frogs. So they will also fall down, and these vehicles will go and it will kill. That is called road kills. So then to eat that road kills, the birds will come and again they will also die. This kind of situation happens uh, in the forest area everywhere. That is happening in the country everywhere in the world. So we should avoid vehicles which are going through the forest, at least in the night time. So then only our wildlife will be protected. And you can see the second point, the pollution and environmental degradation. Uh, when you pollute the water, when you pollute the nature, this will affect this will ultimately lead to the global warming. So we have biodiversity hotspot in Himalaya. So glaciers, all glaciers are melting because of this global warming. So because of pollution, because of other uh, other activities, human activities. So globe definitely it will warm, it will become heat, and then glaciers will melt, and the biodiversity of Himalayas are now under threat because of pollution. And then come to poaching. So poaching is one of the major problem in the Indo-Burma area. So Indo-Burma is one of the biodiversity hotspot area. So then poaching is happening there, and it is now a problem. So again, climate change. When the climate change is happening, and everything will happen, like floods will come, and you will see the Sunda land, one of the biodiversity hotspot, and you will see every time there are huge floods, cyclones will come, and the biodiversity will be lost. So these kind of problems, threats happening to the wildlife and the nature and the environment. So this is I have given some of the best practices. So here you can see carbon sequestration we can do as human. So we can start uh, putting plantation. We can start raising plantations wherever you get space, and the biological process will start. And that is like when you plant one tree or one plant, so the birds will come and sit there, and they bring the seeds from other location, and it will fall down, and then the other plant species will grow there. This is called microclimate. So that kind of nature will be created by these living organisms like birds and other insects. So you need to start plantation. So the afforestation is one of the best idea in Telangana ko Haritara is happening. So that is like huge plantation under Green India Mission. So they have a target of 230 crores plantation in entire Telangana. So after 15 or 10 years, you will see the huge forest that will help us to reduce the carbon or carbon dioxide from the nature, and ultimately this will control the pollution that is called carbon dioxide from the nature, and you will get fresh air, you will get everything, and the nature will be cured. So also you can start raising urban forestry in your area. If you are staying in cities, if you are staying in towns, you can start and you can plan for policies raising the urban forestry. And wetlands restoration. So if you are near to the wetland, or your house is near to the wetland, or any city is near to the wetland, so it should have a proper policy or proper management to preserve that wetland. Then only the wetland living organism will be protected, and your groundwater will be safe, and you can drink your groundwater. But now in India, everywhere you are using filter water because the groundwater is completely polluted by human beings. So it is the duty of every individual, not government. I will say not government. Government will guide us how to proceed, how to protect our nature. But ultimately, it's the duty of each individual, and you need to raise hands towards conservation. And bamboo farming also one of the best idea because bamboo is a grass. I'm just taking one call. Just a minute. Hello, sir. Please, sir, I'm talking. Uh, yeah, sorry. So bamboo is the grass, and grass consumption is more. The carbon dioxide they take more, so that's why we need to promote bamboo farming. So even microclimate, wherever you get space, you can start putting bamboo plants. And these are the 10 simple things that you can help and protect the earth. So you can read this: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Anything you buy from the market, from the supermarket, anywhere, you need to see that it should be reduced, and you should not take more, and and it should be reusable, and it should be recycled. So Maharashtra and some of the states, they have banned the plastic under the Environmental Protection Act 1986, and now they are following. They are the best example in India. They have started everywhere in the state in Maharashtra. So they are now started using cloth bags, paper bags, and other things. So and also you can volunteer for. Uh, yeah, just I want to check. So can you hear me, all of you? Is it okay? Anybody can send a message to me? Okay, thank you. So I'm just seeing your comments box. So you can just chat with me so that whenever I get some this technical issue, I will stop and I will repeat. So now I got a nice message. So from Ravindra RM. So I think you are able to hear my voice. Okay, thank you. So then here, I just want to mention you can volunteer for any kind of cause to protect the nature and educate people nearby and in your community wherever you want. It is the moral duty, and also conserve water through sustainable ways. Shop wisely, use long-lasting light bulbs, and plant a tree. Don't send chemicals into our waterways. Bike mode, drive less. These are 10 things you can adapt and you can follow in your daily life. So here, one of the example I want to tell you in Aminpur, in Telangana, one lake which is around 90 to 100 acres. People used to dump everything there, like idols, debris, chemicals, so many things in that area. But what happened is one organization called Adwar Budding Pals and Telangana State Special Protection Force, they have an academy there. So they came with the proposal to the state biodiversity board. So I was in the biodiversity board that time, Telangana biodiversity board. So they told us that this lake is very beautiful, and the flamingos are coming there, and other migratory birds visits to that lake, and in any way we need to protect that lake. That was their proposal. And then what we did is based on the Biological Diversity Act under Section 37. So we had a consultations with the line departments as well as the communities, and NGOs, community organizations, other stakeholders, and they said yes, we need to protect. So everyone was agreed, and the proposals was sent to government, and government also agreed, and they have approved this lake as a biodiversity heritage site. So biodiversity hotspot is different, and biodiversity heritage site is different. So biodiversity heritage site declaration can be done by the state biodiversity board. So state biodiversity board is a government organization. So Tamil Nadu state biodiversity board is also there. If you have any kind of proposals, you can just mail to the state biodiversity board Tamil Nadu, and ask their inputs, and ask their ideas, and protect your water bodies. This is one of the best example from Telangana, and almost around 20 state biodiversity boards visited this lake. So they want to learn how we have done it. So they collected all the procedures from us and methodology how to declare the heritage sites, and they are very happy with this lake. And government also now taking further action for protecting these birds. So when they visit to the lake, so then, like that, we have done in Fox Sagar Lake and Usman Sagar Lake, and these NGOs like you, colleges, and they are coming every Sunday, and they go for bird watching, they go for butterfly watching, and they take photographs. Will go and take the issue. So the duty of every individual, we need to spend little time, but it will give lot of reflection at the end, and that will help the uh, every individual and as well as future generations. So environment will be protected. So environment is nothing but it is called, you can call it the nature, or you can call it the ecosystem, or you can call it the biodiversity. This is all together is environment. So environment is clear. Our environment is safe. You will see birds, you will see insects, you will see natural resources, fresh natural resources like water and soil, and everything. You will see everything on the right day. Urban how to stop those issues which otherwise you will get different kinds of problems. You will not get food, and you will not get medicine, and you will not get proper health. Now you are watching, now you are seeing this COVID situation, and we are unable to find out and unable to rectify the issue. And there are reports every individuals, every human being is having different issues related to that. So maybe skin, maybe heart, maybe hair fall, maybe high, or maybe organs not working well. So this is because of our uh, uh, things, or I will call it as bad things, which are causing nature damage, and ultimately it is coming back to us. It is a recession. So these are my examples. In the last 10 years, I'm observing various issues, and just start making the chat box so that I can take. Yeah, my presentation is over. That's why I stopped the screen sharing. Question? Anybody is having any doubts? There is one question. The products made of plastic and very dangerous for the environment. Why and how the plastic industries take permission to produce that type of harmful products for the society? Yeah, very, very intelligent question. I will answer. Uh, Industries are permitted for producing plastics that is given a condition they have to use uh, more above 20 microns, and some of the material above 40 microns, and that is the regulations in the Environmental Protection Act and the safeguard mechanisms. So they are clearly mentioned, but it is the requirement. sorry, I got a message, no voice. So now can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now? If farmers get permissions, legalized, voice is not clear. Okay. Now, can you hear me? Here it is the huge raining. That many problem. Just keep now. Can you hear me? I don't know how to understand because of these technical issues. I don't know, my voice might be not clear during the presentation. So now it's okay. Can you see the message? Some people are spread in order to rain should not occur. Yeah, if farmers permission to legalize, then lot of green will be grown. Yeah, yes, but hello, how can we produce the use of reduce the use of refrigerator and air conditioning? Okay, so you can use traditional methodologies how to preserve your material, your vegetables, and generally people used to have the bamboo buttas and bamboo material using for vegetables and other things, and also air conditioners. Like earlier, they used to have only fans, only they have roofing method for construction of houses, and that they used to follow our earlier generations. But now we have started constructing buildings. We have started constructing very big houses. So that's why we need ACs and refrigerators. And earlier they used to live in small houses, but now requirement of the people, they have started constructing big houses. And population is also one major threat, and the population is increasing. We are under issue problems. So imbalance, that is called imbalance. We are unable to rectify these issues. So anybody having question? So Mr. Ganesha Jari, okay, so and so came over the ozone layer depletion as it was 100 years back by taking necessary steps. Yes, we can. We can bring it back, but we need to control the population, and we need to control the pollution sending to the nature, and we need to use all traditional methodologies, traditional mechanisms. Then only we can have our ozone layer clean. we can bring it back. I can say after this 100 years you are asking, so you need to have another 100 years to rectify that issue. And any other questions? Uh, are some sprayed by humans sometimes in ozone layers so that rain should no no. Instead of chlorofluorocarbons, can we use hydrofluorocarbons to reduce the ozone layer? No. So most of the uh, chemicals definitely will deplete the ozone layer. Chemical is chemical, burning chemicals, maybe this AC and refrigerator chemicals, and there are different kinds of chemicals that we are using, and that definitely we are sending through water, sending through air, and that is ultimately leading to the loss of ozone layer. Can we recover? Any other question?
The last
From
question,
biodiversity fauna. Huh?
it's the last question, sir.
My farm is lot of bird biodiversity, flora and fauna, 1,000 varieties in one location, Telangana, Kottagudem. No need to know the carbon credits. So yeah, so we have now adapting uh, adapting mechanisms to calculate the carbon sequestration using uh, that methodology called carbon sequestration, which is written in the NWPC, National Working Plan for 2004, 2014, that you can find that methodology is there. So to calculate the carbon sequestration, so you need to have a plot, then 1 hectare plot, and that 1 hectare plot we need to count the species of plants and trees and grasses, and then all calculations we will do, and we need to take the measurements of the tree and as well as the small plants and branches, and then based on that we can calculate and we will know the carbon sequestration or carbon credits of that particular area. According to your opinion, is it possible to reduce the global warming in coming future? Yes, 100% we can reduce the global warming. Global warming is nothing but uh, heat of the earth. That globe is warming. So globe is warming because of we are sending chemicals through water. Water will definitely it will sink the ground, so that will evaporate when the heavy heat. So that time globe will warm, and we are uh, depleting the water from the ground using bore wells. So every household they have now bore well. So we are taking water. Earlier it was only maybe 10 feet, 20 feet they used to get water from the bore well. Now people are digging almost 1200 feet inside the earth, inside the ground, and they are taking water. So water level in the ground is decreasing. That's why globe is becoming heat, because when you have a plenty of water on the ground or in the earth or in the soil, and you have a good moisture in the earth, so this heat will be reduced immediately. But if you don't have the water in the ground, so definitely the heat from the sun, it will uh, make or it will increase the heat of the ground. So that will lead to globe warming. So when globe is warming, so the life on this earth will be under dangerous. So like now, you see in the wild areas, the wild animals may not get water in the summer, so they will die definitely. And you are suffering from water. So water you are going and taking from the water plant, and in the summer areas, most of the towns and cities in India, they will not get proper water because this water evaporation will be more. So people are started using water more. People are consumption more, and they are not following water harvesting methods, and we are using plenty of water. So the water in the ground, you should not use it. You should use only the rainwater for your various purposes. Rainwater using mechanisms are there. You need to have your rainwater harvesting pit in your house, as well as in your farmland, and the lakes need to be constructed. Dams need to be constructed. Then only water which is coming from the rain, that only our water, whatever the groundwater available in the ground, so that you should not take it, so that the globe will be protected and that the global warming will be reduced. That is the only solution for the global warming. So maybe 50 years or 100 years, the entire world, if they follow this rainwater harvesting mechanism and stop using the groundwater and stop digging the bore wells, definitely we can bring back our globe safe. It is fabulous and okay. Any other question?
No, sir.
Just type if you have.
Sir, no, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you.
can we conclude, sir?
Yes, yes, please conclude.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so
everyone. Thank you all the participants. I actually I want to interact with the participants, and then only it will be like interactive. So, but you have your constraints and you have started this direct asking questions. But this is a good idea. But anyway, thank you everyone. And my number is there with Ramji sir, and my mail ID also there with him. And if you have any questions, you can just write to me, and you can call me anytime. So then we can have discussions. How can we control use of vehicles? Yeah, you need to use your cycle. Yeah.
Sir, even you can comment, sir. Sir, you can comment your
Yes.
mobile number and email ID in the chat box, sir. There's no problem, sir.
Yeah. I will.
And also, I thank our management, Rajapalayam Rajus College, and our college secretary.
Any participant? Yeah.
Okay, sir. So I can continue for what of thanks, sir?
Yeah. Please. Thank you so much. I'm closing now. Shall I close?
Yes, sir. Sir, 5 minutes, sir. Once I finish my what of thanks, you can close, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much to all the participants and the resource person, G.SAILU sir, and our management, our secretary, our college president, and the governing council members of Rajapalayam Rajus College, and the students of Rajapalayam Rajus College, and the faculty members who supported me a lot. And I also thank all the participants and the resource persons. And I thank War T.S. Subramaniam sir. And I also a special thank to our Sheikh Hussain sir, freelance biodiversity researcher and conservationist. Thank you so much for giving such a good resource person today. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. And also participants, I have sent a mail feedback form to mail ID. And also I have sent a feedback form to the registered participants only. Thank you. Thank you so much.